So here we are today. We're talking about privet, which most people hate. But there are actually two types of privet, and a lot of people don't realise that. A lot of people are familiar with this one with the little crinkly leaves. That's what I call small-leafed privet. But this is also very common and gets a lot bigger, actually. This is large-leaf privet, so that's large-leaf privet there. And this is an example of that. So you don't get as many plants coming out of the large leaf privet, but they get a lot bigger. So we're doing restoration in the forest fragments north of Matamata, and there's a lot of privet of both sizes. And these big ones, we don't want to cut them because we don't want this tree debris all over the ground, and there's just too much of it to try and take it out. So in this case, we actually drill it, what we call it drill and fill. A lot of people are under the illusion that the drilling technique is commonly people drill straight into the trunk like that and fill, but that misses where the poison actually works, which is actually mostly just under the bark and a ring around here. It's called the cambium line, and that's where the focus should be to get poison into that line. And if you go like this, you only intercept it at just a few places, whereas if you drill, as we've demonstrated down here, and are sort of just burrowing under the bark, then you get a lot more of the cambium hit. So if you look on this one, I tend to first look for the sort of, you do get these flatter areas. So that's where I'll start. I'll go, you're always aiming downhill a bit because you want the poison to not run out when you fill it. So you go down and you've got to be careful to pull the drill bit back before you come out, otherwise the poison will fall out. And then I might go along here and along here, and you work your way all the way around like that, just as we have done down here. The drill bit's important because it's an 8mm bit, which is a lot narrower than what a lot of people use, but any wider and you're using more poison, which isn't necessary. So that's an 8mm auger bit. Job mate, mitre 10, $15. You can pay $60 at a lot of other places, $50. They all break just as easily. You've just got to be careful not to break them. We have a bottle of neat glyphosate. This is actually just water, but we normally use neat glyphosate, which is Roundup is the well-known brand, but you can buy cheaper versions of that. We put a bit of dye in so we can see where we've been when we fill. So once we've drilled, we straight away just tip the poison into the hole until it fills the hole and runs out. So we go around in the whole lot once we've done the drilling of the whole tree, and we just fill like that. This can be on a holster on your side, which you can make out of a 1 litre milk bottle, hang on a belt. So, yep, I think that pretty much tells you how to kill the privets. The key thing about privet to remember is that it's dispersed by birds, mostly little wee birds. So you're talking about probably 95% within 200 metres of this fruiting tree. So if you really want to tackle the privet problem in your area, you need to take out the fruiting trees, take out the seed source, that's the key thing, and then follow up on the smaller stuff. The other thing to remember about privet is that because it's very shade tolerant, it is what we call a transformative weed, which means it's capable of completely disrupting the normal regeneration of a forest, and that it will just overwhelm in a forest, even in shade, and grow up through all over the place and just take it over. So that's why we really have a strong focus on getting rid of all of the fruiting privet in the 200 metre vicinity of the forest fragments that we're restoring, as well as the forest itself, obviously. So yeah, I think that's, can't think of anything else.